What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to be going over what I think is going to happen at SNDL next. Check it out. Alright guys, so we're going to jump into this video here. Now I'm going to go over a little bit of an analysis on SNDL, Sundial. It's been a very popular stock over the last week. This stock went from 50 cents to upwards of $4, and in pre-market it had hit over $5 if I'm not mistaken, or maybe about $4.85 a couple days ago. Now today's Monday, President's Day, so I'm shooting this video before the market opens tomorrow, Tuesday. Now on SNDL, this thing has had a lot of hype for a while now because of the space it's in the MJ space, and with Democrats taking over, the MJ has been in a more favorable position to basically grow, right? I know you guys laughed at my laugh. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'll jump into the charts here, but before we do me a quick favor. Smash the like button for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, okay? So if you're new around here, smash the like button and subscribe. If you are not new around here, then do me a quick favor and smash that like button. Also, a huge amount of you guys, I watch the analytics in the back, watch my videos every single day, giant amount, and you guys don't subscribe to the channel. Why is that? Why would you watch it every day and not subscribe? Help me out. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It really helps out the channel tremendously, okay? Another thing, if you're interested in the scanners I use every single day, trade ideas, scanner description, in the description section below, you'll find the scanners, which will have my link with a coupon code, okay, that you can use to save some money on trade ideas. Now, we'll go ahead and jump into this video right here and get into the charts. Now, SNDL or Sundial isn't really a good company. Like, as far as the company goes, it's not a great company. All right, these people were about to get delisted recently, so they had to get up over $1 and hold and get that delisting off of the table. All right, so far that's been achieved. So now it's a question of, will the company hold these levels, right? Generally speaking, we always see these when they come out, these delisting notices. We generally see at some point or another the company stock attend to that dollar push. Sometimes they do break up over $1 and they squeeze really good, right? Now that happened with SNDL. I'm a little bitter on SNDL, but I won't let that affect my analysis. And why am I a little bitter on SNDL? Well, I'm a little bitter on SNDL because right around, where was it, Jesse? Right around in here, in this consolidation phase, I was considering loading up a good amount of shares, okay, at about $1.10, and I didn't. And man, it hurts to see this because, look, well, realistically, I know myself. If I would have loaded up at $1.10, if I wouldn't have been flat up here in $1.60 to $1.70, I definitely would have taken at least half to 75% of my profits off right here. But even if I would have done that, the next day, that massive gap up we had, I would have still booked a huge amount of profit on the remainder of those shares. So, yeah. Anyways, even though the stock made a massive move, I'm watching it. I've been trying to figure out, okay, what levels are important here? What can happen? What is it here that we're looking at in the future, right? And now we're going to go ahead and talk about that here. And what I think on SNDL is a number of things. There's a number of things that can happen here. First, we're going to go over what can happen barring there is no new news. We go the rest of the week without a single drop of news on SNDL or possibly any other of the bigger, MJ sector type news, okay? Now, barring any news, I would say if SNDL can now hold that $2 mark, we probably could get a gap down. We would not probably see support until the 130 to 150 area. It gives you a little bit 20-cent range there. I think barring any news coming out, this would go lower. Now, why do I say that? Why would I think it would go lower? Well, look at where this stock just came from. We got to scroll back here. This stock came from 14 cents all the way up here to $1. All right. It had a hard time at $1, rejected that area, came all the way back down here to 50 cents, 40 cents, all right, little pop, came back down here to 50 cents, finally gave one pop right through $1, all right? Went all the way up here to $1, almost 40, came back underneath, went all the way back down to 70 cents. This thing makes big moves up and down, right? Then we finally break that dollar mark and begin to hold it. Now, we get the huge push, and then we get this big dump day, okay? We get this giant dump. There's a big gap up, all right? Big pre-market action, tons of volume in pre-market, tons of price action in pre-market on that day. And then we get that big dump. Now, it's not just the size of the candle, but look at the size of the volume bar. It's huge, huge, gargantuan volume bar. Like, what in the world, right? Look at the size of that thing. You're talking about basically a 3 billion, like a 3 billion volume day right in here, right here. 3 billion shares traded, basically like maybe just underneath 3 billion. That is huge. And all that was selling pressure. It was more sell orders going through than buyers coming in and trying to buy the ask. Just tons of shares being dumped, tons of shares being dumped, and very little amount of buyers. That's why the price came down so hard, right? That's what you saw here on this day. Typically meaning that there could be a deeper pullback. Now, if we look at the volume on this day here, which is the following day, which is Friday, we came all the way down here and tested this previous high. You see right there, that top of the wick? See how it's basically the low of the wick of Friday? Okay? And we kind of bounce off of it. We bounce off of it a little bit strong. I'm not going to lie. All right? I'm not going to lie. That's a nice bounce up off of that low. If this pullback here would have happened on half the volume, I would say, man, we're entering into what looks like to be some consolidation here. All right, this might not be over, but it didn't. The volume on the pullback is huge. The volume on the bounce is good, but I would say not good enough for just a basic technical bounce. Okay, so I would imagine we would open up in this $2 range on Tuesday, and like I said, barring any news, I would think we would begin to drift a little bit lower and come down here and test at a minimum, you know, these 160s. And then I think we'll finally settle down here between 130s and 150. And we'll start to see some consolidation there. Okay, that's what I think. And it's based off of the volume analysis we just went over. Now, if some news were to come out here of some sort of partnership, some sort of buyout, anything like that, you know, some new regulations, any type of good catalyst news for SNDL or some major good news for the sector itself, that would be a little bit different. That would be different. What I would look for then is for that $2 area to hold right in here, all right, these 190s, minimum 170s, all right, and then begin to curl. If at that point we begin to hold that $2 area, we could see this thing start to squeeze back up here and at least test $3 and then this $4 area. That's what I would think. And that would be, you know, that's my analysis on SNDL, right? I'm showing you just a basic technical analysis, and then one that's a technical analysis with the possibility of a fundamental news catalyst hitting, okay? That's what I think would affect this to go to the upside. I don't think, technically speaking, we have a technical setup here that is strong for the upside, but if some fundamental news catalyst hits, okay, and it's good news, then I think it can, you know, hold that $2 area, that between 170 to 190 minimum, and then possibly that $2 area, and we begin to see the curl. And then at that point, you know, if we break up over that 230 area, we should see $3 and then potentially $4. All right. If we don't get that news catalyst, I don't think it does that, and I think we just drift it lower. All right, that's it. That's my non-biased opinion on SNDL. I hold no position on it, so that's, you know, that's what I think would happen on here. Guys, if you enjoyed this type of content, I want to do more of it like this. Make sure to let me know in the description, in the comment section, and also check out my Patreon in the comment section and description section. I will be doing more of these ahead of time. Plus, you have access to some Discord and some other perks on Patreon, so make sure you go check that out. All right. If you're new around here, consider subscribing subscribing to the channel. Remember to smash the like button for me and hit that notification bell so you're alerted next time I upload my next video, and I'll catch you on the next one.